welcome. We have a very special edition of MOSHAPE Minute today. My name is Anna Forcelledo. I am the current president-elect of MOSHAPE, and I have with me today my very special guest, Michelle Huff from New Jersey, my soul sister, my dynamic duo. So from Missouri to Jersey.
And Jersey to Missouri, we just want to say a huge congratulations to the MOSHAPE media team for being the 2021 recipients of the Kathleen Kinderfather Award presented by Shape America Central District. Congratulations!
So, thanks, Jersey. So y'all have a better understanding of what the Kathleen Kinderfather Award represents. I have the honor of bringing in our executive director, Tom Loughrey, to give a little bit more background for that. So Tom, thank you.
Thank you, Anna. And this is an incredible award that was a surprise. And it was a surprise that I tried to keep and it leaked out. But first of all, the Central District of Shape America comprises 9 states: Wyoming, Colorado, North and South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, and Minnesota. And this award was started in honor of Kathleen Kinderfather, who was a Central District president and part of the glue that kept the entire district together for many, many years when she was MOSHAPE at that time executive director. Kathleen had a long and storied career, was the president of the National Dance Association, is one of 2 Missouri recipients of the Luther Halsey Gulick Award, the very highest award that Shape America can bestow upon a member. I've known Kathy since 1974, so I'm personally involved in her generosity and her legacy. And with this, she established the Central District Kathleen Kinderfather Award, and it's to be given to an organization. It can be a part of Shape America. It does not need to be. For example, last year, this award was given to the Steamboat Springs Ski Rescue Team for the work that they do in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. This is the first time that a Shape America affiliate of any type has been given this award. And so it's given for great service to the community, to the Central District, and to all that we stand for. So there's no question, when I was told that these 3 people were going to receive the award, Clayton Ellis from Colorado made it very clear that this team has just knocked it way out of the park, so far out that nobody can understand what they're doing. So I am extremely proud to introduce the 3 members of the team. Mary Driemeyer, who is our Director of Social Media and Technology, Guy Danhoff, who is our Director of Digital Media and Promotion, and Chris Stehle. Chris Stehle is the chair of the MOSHAPE Communication committee that we have. All 3 have contributed unbelievably and have set the standard that no state has come close to matching. We're very proud of these 3 people. So let's get on with it. Let's let them share what they have been doing.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tom, so much for that awesome introduction. And we're just going to kick this off. So Guy, I'm going to go straight to you first. So, and these questions are open to everyone, but we're going to kick off with Guy here. Guy, tell us about your background and involvement with MOSHAPE.
My background's simple. I'm a college professor. I'm very blessed that I teach in exercise science and sport management. I teach sport marketing, sport communications, and even social media. Go figure, right? And as far as MOSHAPE goes, I've been a member for over 10 years, and I've served on the Representative Assembly in a variety of roles. And just 3 years ago, I actually had Chris's position overseeing the marketing communications as a board of director. And this past year, the board voted me in to be our Director of Digital Media and Promotion. So it's been an amazing opportunity to spend, literally over a decade of my life serving this amazing organization.
Yeah, thank you so much. You have, and I have learned an immense amount. Michelle and I have learned an immense amount from you within this past year. So thank you so much. Chris, how about you? Tell us about your background and about MOSHAPE.
Yeah, so I actually, I'm a 2016 graduate of UCM, University of Central Missouri, and actually our now past president, Dr. Dennis Dochev, was one of my college professors, as well as Dr. Bias. And my first class that I took towards my physical education degree, they mentioned MOSHAPE, which was MOAFERD at the time. So I've actually been going to a MOAFERD/MOSHAPE event since 2013 for 7 years. And so I went for 3 years as a future professional, and now I've been teaching for 4 years. So my current role is I'm, as Doc said, I'm the chair for marketing and communications with MOSHAPE, and I'm on the board. And obviously, as you could tell, I have a fun time working with Guy and Mary, and I love doing what I can to help provide for our members, not only just in our state, but all around.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. And I love what you've done with the MOSHAPE Minute and everything in our state so far. So I am so excited to see what else is going to happen. Mary is super special to me, by the way, because I've known her since I started teaching. I taught under her, so she was my student teacher, or I was her student teacher. But Mary, I'm so happy. So thank you. How about your involvement with MOSHAPE and how you got involved?
I probably got involved in MOSHAPE about 2013 when I joined as I can't even remember the title. It was Technology Committee. It was a different structure back then. And then after a couple years of that, they created my position of Director of Technology and Social Media. I probably started our Twitter account, if I had to guess, probably in 2014, 2015, and then started moderating the Facebook page. I'm kind of the behind the scenes girl. These guys are the interviewers, and I really appreciate everything that they do. And they have taken it really to a whole new level this year.
Well, it clearly takes teamwork, and the three of you work awesome together because Missouri is at the top. And the thing that I love so much is that MOSHAPE is so welcoming. You're like family. So I'm really glad that you have me co-hosting tonight from Jersey. And, you've taught us a lot. So as you are teaching a lot of other states as well. So with that said, Chris, what has made MOSHAPE Media, your team, so successful since COVID-19 in March?
Well, I think, Michelle, you just kind of mentioned the teamwork makes the dream work. I mean, if we don't have Guy's expertise of how to do social media, because I've learned from Guy, it's his expertise, and then I'm the an actual physical education teacher. So Guy comes to me about what do physical education teachers need, as well to Mary, because she is a teacher as well. And, a lot of people may see my face or Guy's face with different shows, but Mary makes a lot of the stuff work as well behind the scenes. If you don't have that behind the scenes stuff, Mary does all of our mass emailing. I think Mary's job is actually harder than mine. I like to talk to people. So I think just the fact that all three of us have different skill sets. And then we realized, we had goals for our media team regardless before COVID-19 happened. And then the pandemic happened, and, we got together, we had a special board meeting and said, okay, we need to do something. And I think the fact that, being physical educators, Mary and I, and then Guy also being a college professor, and it affecting all of our jobs, we realized what we needed. So we wanted to provide what we needed and others needed for them. And I think we just took it and ran with it. And we've had a great opportunity to get a lot of different people to help us do that, different shows, different people participating. I think that's kind of what sets us apart from everyone else.
And I feel like just even hearing your response, it sounds so dynamic, like you each play a key role. Like you're all ingredients and you make this perfect cake with some icing and candles and, happy birthday. But so Mary, if you want to add on to what Chris said, what has made your media team at MOSHAPE so successful since COVID-19?
Oh, can I just say ditto? Would that work? I mean, because he really hit the nail on the head. I mean, we all have different skill sets, and it's all worked together just perfectly. And that's pretty much it for me.
I mean, it's true. It's true. It really has. And Guy, you want to finish? You have any words for that last one?
You know, the last thing I will say, and I have to say this, is that our executive director, Tom Loughrey, has spent so much time with all three of us, knowing our capabilities, you know, knowing when and how we can go about going above and beyond. You know, it was one thing for us to get into the streaming, then we're doing live streaming. You know, it's just like we keep escalating, and Tom's been so supportive, but everything we do is very strategic, but that does start with the top, because we have some very, you know, we challenge each other even on some of our how-to strategies, but it really does. We have an amazing executive board, and Tom Loughrey really has given us that support that, you know, you really need to do the kinds of things that we do.
Thank you so much for all of those answers. And thank you, Tom, for being such a great leader to all of these other leaders in our health and physical education profession.
You're right.
Yep. You want to take over the next question?
Yes. And you know, you brought it together so nicely, Michelle. I just love how you it's like you wrapped this all up in a bow and tied it together just to pass it perfectly on to the next question. You set it up so well. So I love it. And I'm going to go, Mary, I'm going to go to you first and just ask, you know, what does it mean to you, and to each of you that is, but what does it mean to you to be named as MOSHAPE Media Team as the 2021 recipients of the Kathleen Kinderfather Award presented by SHAPE America's Central District, which is a huge honor.
She is one of the most respected people in the field, and to be given an award in her, that is her namesake, is probably the biggest honor I've received. She is amazing, and just to have my name attached to her at all is an honor. And I wasn't aware, Tom said that, you know, I'm not sure, Tom, exactly what you said, but we're the first organization related award. That's pretty special too. That means a lot to me. So I'm very honored. As Guy would say, it was a mic drop moment.
I don't think I did it as well as Guy does. I had a pen in my hand, but I think you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. And I think that's one thing I love about our HP profession is we are so united, and we're such a community. We're here just to lift each other up and empower each other, and just to, you know, spotlight and just encourage each other and show love. And I just love it. So I am going to go to Chris next. Actually, Chris, can you care to share, you know, just the same thing? What does it mean to you to be receiving this award?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still one of those things you keep, my Twitter notifications are turned off right now between having MOSHAPE Twitter on there, and then my PE Twitter, and then my personal Twitter. And then, and then I run like 5 different Instagrams for my high school football team. But it's just, I think it's a surreal thing because, you know, working with Mary and Guy, this is my first year on the board going into year 2. I just wanted to help provide for our members. So the extra attention and the awards are just like, it's like, well, thank you. We're just doing what we want to do for our members. And it's just, you know, I've getting the phone call from Clayton. Clayton is a dear friend of mine. I met him quite a few years ago. And when he told me on the phone, you know, it was one of those, Guy may know, because I knew Mary was teaching. I didn't know Guy was. So I called Guy, and then I text him. I say, dude, call me. Like, I got some news for you. And so it's still a very surreal moment. And I've got to talk to Kathleen's family a little bit today through email, and they seem like great people. And and what she's done for Missouri, especially, I mean, Guy and I said, you know, the award's coming home, you know, it's really cool. And, you know, with the recent passing of Kathleen as well, I think it's just very like emotional for us in the sense of, you know, especially Doc, you know, when that happened, just how close he was towards her, for her, and how she felt for her and all that, and how he addressed us board members about the passing of Kathleen. it makes me feel proud, not only for myself, Guy, and Mary, but also for Doc as well, because it's something I think the whole organization, it doesn't just, it's the MOSHAPE media team, but it's also what we do. And it's just, it's a team award. It's a full thing. So.
Well, I feel like you're speaking to our, once again, just significance of us as a MOSHAPE family, and just being there for each other, and lifting, once again, helping each other become better versions of yourselves and each other, and advocating for our profession and making it something personal for this award is truly special and honorable, and just very humbling. So I'm so proud and excited for all of you. Guy, take us home with this question. What is this? I know this means something so much to you.
It does. And I echo what both of my colleagues have said. Obviously, Kathleen's reputation is unprecedented in Missouri. And, to get the kind of support that when Chris got the call from Clayton was special. But I just want to say this, and I said this to our team. I said, when we got started, we were already zagging in 2018 with Stephanie Morris when she was here for our convention. Then it went to Jamie Sparks last year. And of course, this year we pulled off a virtual convention, which none of us had any experience in. And for me, what we are doing, hopefully is starting to catch the attention of all these other states to realize the power of social media to get yourself heard, to get yourself noticed, to be a resource. And I think for me, what this means, well, yes, I'm happy that my name's on it and my colleagues' names are on it, but it's really more about the process of what we're doing. It's basically validating that process. And for that being recognized like that at that level with Central District, supported obviously with Shape America, now all I can think about is all the people along the way that helped, no pun intended, shaped us to do what we've been doing for the last few years. So with that, I'm very honored and just humbled by this whole experience.
Absolutely. And I know that watching all of you just being a part of this the past year and in the past couple of years, but especially the last year, working so closely with all of you on the social media side, it's been just a phenomenal thing to witness. I get goosebumps thinking about so many of the different things that you all have done and have just transformed our state society, and it's been a really magnificent thing. So it's very honored just to be on this side to ask all of you questions. We're honored. So Jersey, you've got it.
So as I had posted to Guy, I just said this is the beginning, because I truly feel that this team right here, that you have that spark, you have that ignition, that it's just gonna rocket ship off. And you actually use that in a lot of your tweets, like that rocket ship. But that's where you're heading, because you are already impacting and influencing Missouri and other states. I could speak personally for Jersey. Even what we did this morning was because of things that Guy and you all have used strategies wise for social media. So we appreciate that. And yeah, like it's just going to keep going. So with that said, Guy, you had just spoke about your virtual convention that happened recently. And I was honored to be at the award ceremony. It was so amazing. And congratulations to all of the recipients for that. And do you have any goals or any new initiatives that you want to share with us moving forward?
Well, I have to quote, honestly, our new president, Dr. Patrick Fine, at our board of director meeting, as well as Doc here, Doc Loughrey. We had the sense last Monday night that we know that we know that the best is still to come. And the reason is, guys, is that we do want to reach out to more states. We do want to provide more help. We want to expand what we're doing with Zagging 101. We are going to be starting Zag Academy for more leaders that will tie into the SAM group and whoever would like to take part in that, so that we can equip people. And really, we're transparent. We're gonna let you guys know the things that we're doing. We're not here to keep this for ourselves. We are literally advocating for our profession. So when you ask about goals, I just think, as Doc said, we'll take a few days off, but we're gonna get back at the grind. We love the work that we do. We know that it's making an impact. And again, I'm just blessed to be part of a team that we just think the same way. I mean, we just think about how can we serve our members, and certainly how can we help others have the kind of success that we're having by offering these kinds of things like Zagging 101, Zagging Academy, things like that. So for me, that's what I see happening in the near future.
That's awesome. And I truly feel that because of all your selflessness and your teamwork, that this is going to just impact even more people and influence states throughout the country. So Mary, do you want to add on to this? Any goals, initiatives moving forward from the media team?
Oh no, why are you asking me? I'm again the behind the scenes person. I just ride on their coattails. Honestly, I keep them organized, and I monitor and things like that. I am not the creative mind behind all this. I am the I guess you just call me the organizer.
Like, that's perfect, because everybody in life plays a part, and you have a gift, and without your organization, then these two, their heads were nodding like, yeah, we need her. So it seems like that works out perfectly in collaboration, and why you work so well together. So Chris, how about you?
Yeah, I think it's funny Mary says that she's the organization, because my mom growing up used to ask me why my bedroom was messy, and I said, why does it matter? If I know where things are, that's all that matters. So, and then my wife is the same way, like, why is this messy? If I know where everything's at, it doesn't matter. But if it wasn't for Mary, I wouldn't know where everything was at, because trust me, I do graphics for different things for motion. It's Mary is a very humble member of our team, and I love that woman to death. But no goals for me. You know, we talked about at the board meeting on Monday night, and stay tuned, because the MOSHAPE Minute that I had been doing on Mondays, we're going to bring that back soon, and we're going to actually use the audio from our video MOSHAPE Minutes and start turning them into MOSHAPE podcasts. So shout out to Sean Neville's former MOSHAPE member who's with Shape America now, for giving me that idea with his Shape America podcast. So that way, people that are driving and don't want to watch the videos, say on Twitter or Facebook, they could just tune into our podcast and listen to that. And we will have different podcasts, a monthly board member on the show. We'll highlight PE teachers around the state that are doing great things, because we hand out all these awards every year, but there's still so many more teachers out there that need to be profiled and shown. And Dr. Dochev preached advocacy, and that's something he's taught me since 2013 when I met him, and that's something I'm going to do for the rest of my life. So that's a big deal to me.
Yep, I know his line, advocacy, do it daily. I love it. And I just think that all of this is amazing. And Anna, you want to take us to this next question?
Oh man, this next question is, I almost feel like we need to have our shades back on for it, because we go straight into Zagging 101 here.
Zag right now? We can all zag?
Like impromptu, totally. I gotta go to Guy with this, and because we're gonna do tips and tricks and hacks. And if there's anything that Michelle and I have learned of tips and tricks and hacks, it is because of Zagging 101, and, you know, just helping others, you know, when others zig, we zag. And so we are all zag all day, and Guy, we attend that to you. So share with us what other insight, what other tips, tricks, hacks can you share for others looking to increase their influence, impact, and advocacy, and using social media moving forward?
Well, I'm going to keep it short and sweet, because obviously we got 12 episodes on MOSHAPE's YouTube channel that you can go watch. Okay, so I don't want to repeat any of that. Part of the reason why, you know, Jersey is here is because it actually goes into this answer that I'm going to give. And I said this at our town hall with the 4 presidents, known as Mo Rushmore. It's this. I think if I was a state right now, or if I was listening to this broadcast, what is something you could do right now to turn it all around for you? Number one is start building a team. Get a team of people who are specialized. They may only do one thing. We have someone right now that on the side, all they do is one thing, but they do that thing extremely well. and leverage the assets you have, and also leverage the assets of your future professionals, which you'll be hearing a lot more about that coming out soon, because I'm certainly not going to steal away the thunder from our president, Dr. Fine, with that. But so you want to build your team, and then you want to start collaborating. You want to know why the state of New Jersey is just really, I mean, zagging it all day, is because they had been attending our trainings. They had been collaborating with us, and they've been basically just doing our playbook and making it their own too. I mean, they literally make it their own, but they're having tremendous success. Same thing with, you know, what Kentucky's doing with Jamie Sparks, and we talk analytics, and it's so cool to talk strategy with him. And same thing with North Carolina, you know, Kim Ballard, you know, doing videos, Chris Walker doing videos. Guys, we're adding value, but we're adding value so that they can empower their state. That's going to be really important moving forward. And the last thing I'm going to say is that when you do your social media, you got to start to coordinate it. That has been probably one of our biggest secrets to date, is when we're working with like the Missouri PTA, like for example, with Spaker Spot, we are coordinating with them. We are coordinating with Shape America. Jersey can attest to this with some of the promotion we've been doing this past week during the convention on Health Moves Minds. We're just blowing each other's stuff up. And why? Because we know that algorithms will then work to our favor. Why? Because the algorithms see it as valued content. That's how this works. And that's why the collaboration and the coordination is so important. So with that, that's kind of, you know, my tip, trick, and hack. And Chris, how about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a couple tips for me is make sure everything you do has a purpose.
Yes.
Everything has to have a purpose. I mean, and it's easy for our team because our purpose is to provide for our members and our followers. So it comes easy for us. Another thing is, you know, there's a very famous quote out there: you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Take chances, try things. Because I tell you what, my first MOSHAPE Minute with Christy Spears, little fun fact, took about 4 or 5 recordings. And Christy and I had been really good friends since 2013, and that made it harder. So just take chances. And my final thing is make your circle bigger. The more people you bring into your circle, the better. I mean, I never thought I would meet Sammy Sweetheart from Jersey Shore, and here she is on her. Oh, that's Michelle Huff. I'm sorry. That got you confused. But anyway, what I'm saying is build your circle, because it put positive people in your circle and just make it bigger. And like I just did there with Michelle, you always have to have that mic drop moment and just have fun, enjoy life, and have fun doing it. Because, you know, if you don't enjoy it, it's work. And
Right.
If you enjoy it, it's fun. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Chris. And that collaboration piece, you know, Michelle and I would not have met if we didn't, or wouldn't have done any of this. We would not have met and be a Zagging 101. But, you know, that collaboration between her and I, we've done with Educator Empowerment Week. And I mean, it was so powerful. So we had a purpose. It was intentional. There was a mission behind it. And it just showed what a simple act can do when you decide to link arms with people and to better our profession. So yeah, thank you so much. And Mary, please send us home with this.
Oh, I probably won't send you home, but I just think the content that we provide needs to be very usable, current, for our members. If other people can use it in other areas, that's the bonus. So we need to remember that the true heart of what we do is for our members, and we want to assist them in any way we can, and that's our goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Michelle, you've got a last question.
I got one for you.
And we're already done. We're almost there.
So I loved what Chris was saying before. Not the Sammy Sweetheart. I mean, I like that too. That was funny. But when you were talking about how you want to create MOSHAPE the Minute into the podcast, and you said you want to reach more people and more health and physical educators. And I know Guy always talks about stories and people's stories. And I just think that that's going to be the perfect opportunity for you to shift even more in that direction of getting these, like you just said, the teachers of the year, getting their stories out there, because there were so many teachers that were getting awards the other night, and it'll be so great to hear about how they got to where they got. So I think that's really cool. So with that said, is there anything else you'd like to share with the HB community?
Yeah, just times are rough right now. And you just talked about shift. Guy and I use the word pivot a lot. You got to pivot and do the things that are neat. Like, we don't know what tomorrow looks like. For instance, I'm in a 100% virtual situation. And so it's different. And my biggest thing for all health and physical educators out there that are watching this is, if you need help, reach out. In college, we were always told to beg, borrow, and steal. And I think rather than using the words beg, borrow, and steal, just reach out and ask for help, because it's there. I'll be honest, and future professionals watching this, when I went to my first MOSHAPE conference at the time, but MOSHAPE conference in 2013, I was scared. I didn't talk to anybody. I remember seeing an older gentleman by the name of Doc that I've never met before dancing up in front of the general session. And I was like, where am I? What am I doing here? But then I realized these are my type of people. Like, you just look around, all different types of people, but their passion is for physical education and health and bettering our kids. So just whenever times get rough, just think about why you do the things you do and your inner passion, and just let that push you forward.
Wow. I was literally thinking the same thing about your why. And that's awesome. Doc, I got to see you dancing at the Jersey convention coming up. I'm running the social with my sister, so you are invited.
I can do it.
And let's do it. I love it. So Mary, you are just so humble, and like, I feel like you're behind the scenes, but that's what the glue is that holds everything together. So can you tell us anything else about what you would want to share with the community? Because we need people like you out there in all of our organizations.
I am not the speaker of the group, obviously. No, I'll have to go to Guy on this. Guy is just gonna have to answer it because he's the expert in talking to everyone. So on to Guy. Point the right way.
Go ahead, Doc.
Go ahead.
Speak for her.
Wow, I did not see that coming.
All Zag, all day.
It's all Zag all day.
Zag.
So I'm going to say this, and I'm going to really echo something that our current president, Brett Fuller from Shape America, says, that the truth of the matter, guys, is we are truly stronger together. And the more we can come united as one, as a HBE community, through our social media voice, guys, we're going to be able to do more really cool things. I mean, I just have to just say this, guys, that if it wasn't for our Chalk the Walk campaign that happened right when the pandemic started, that event, spreading kindness and positivity, having over 44 states and 3 countries all involved in that process for 2 days, changed us. And how it changed us is now we're no longer just focused on our November convention. Like right now, if this were a year ago, guess what we'd be talking about? Well, we're kind of going to take a seat and just wait till next year, right? That's not the case now. Chris, you nailed it on the head. You know what? These are tough times. We are going to step up. Whatever resources we need to provide, I can tell you this, and Tom and I are so excited about this. We're going to be partnering even tighter with Missouri Healthy Schools and DESE. You're going to see a lot more Reese's coming out between what we're going to be doing and collaborating. And we're also going to be a lot more involved with our future professionals and Anna with the young professionals, and getting a lot more of our board of directors involved like never before. And why? Because, Michelle, these are tough times. And as Mary said, our goal is our members. And I can just say this, is that I'm so proud to be a part of MOSHAPE. I was so electrified on Monday night's board of directors, with past president, Dr. Joe Cheff, and what he did is his presidency, hardest presidency of anyone's ever had, with Dr. Fine now in place. And of course, with Anna as our president-elect, and with Dr. Loughrey at the helm. I got to tell you guys, our best days are ahead of us, but it's because we're going to be social listening. and we're going to be focusing on the things that really matter. So that's kind of my parting shot to the HBE community. And one last shout out, guys, for all the guys that, email us, text us, say a lot of cool things on social media. We do appreciate it. We always are fueled by your encouragement and your support. I just want to say thank you to those folks that do that in and out. And it's been so cool getting to meet so many new people because of this. And just want to say thank you.
Well, that was a great way to wrap it all up. And like Anna said, tie it with a bow. And tough times don't last, but tough people do. And all of you are inspiring. Your MOSHAPE team is amazing. And I just feel blessed that you even asked me to co-host this right now. So I feel like this is a big thing, a big even turning point, pivot, as you would say, Chris, shifting moment, because you're just going to continue to go further. So congratulations again on this wonderful award that you received.
Thank you, Michelle.
Yes, congratulations.
Thanks,
And Michelle,
Jersey.
I don't think I can imagine doing this without you, because this is what we do. But no, I echo everything that Michelle just said. And Tom, I'm going to turn it back to you to have our parting message for tonight. And once again, thank you so much to everyone that was a part of this conversation, and congratulations again to Guy, to Chris, to Mary, to all of you. This is a magnificent moment for our profession and for MOSHAPE, and I'm just really honored to be a part of it. So thank you so much.
I think everyone is aware of how proud we are of not only of these three people as quality individuals, but for all that they accomplish effortlessly and thanklessly. We're deeply indebted to what they have done. They form the top level of our human capital. They are the ones that we rely on. We provided them with technology capital as well, so that we could perform on a variety of platforms and be able to have the analytics that drive our decisions. Yes, we have much more to do. We call this, in the last 6 months, this is the beginning of our moonshot. And we're on top of the rocket, ready to blast off. And some will say we've already blasted off. But we not only want to go into orbit, we want to explore areas with social media that have not been explored and utilized in the way that they can. Just a couple of quick little comments about Kathleen Kinderfather. At age 89, she passed a few months ago. I had the privilege of working very close with her because I was the co-editor of the newsletter and the journal. And we all knew where 15 East Jackson and Webster Groves, Missouri, 63119 was located, because she was welcoming. She was gracious. She was energetic. She was a leader. And she was mother to all of us. We called her Mother Mayford at that time. And she certainly was. And for Allison and Gretchen and Hans and Kurt, they could not have had a better mother. They told me one time a few years ago over dinner that it was through her mother's executive director role that they learned to count, because they had to count out so many newsletters and put them into stacks by zip codes. And so they were a part of that. What you may not know is that she was an adventurous lady as well. After her retirement from university teaching, she received permission from her cardiologist that she was fit enough with her pacemaker to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. She succeeded on the second attempt. She joined a group from Texas AFERD that were about to conquer all of the 114ers in Colorado. And they met each summer and climbed mountains. And they hit a different 14,000-foot peak every year. On one of those occasions, she slipped off the path and they could not locate her. There was a rescue going on. I read about it in our St. Louis newspaper that a St. Louis lady was lost in Colorado climbing mountains. I knew exactly who it was, and I knew that she would come out well. She was rescued because she was wearing a red jacket and the helicopter saw her. The doctor said that she was within 24 hours of dying from dehydration. That didn't stop her. She kept going. But then tragically, about 8 or 9 years ago, as she was walking the block and a half from her home to the supermarket, she was standing on a little traffic island waiting for the light to change and was hit by an out-of-state driver. Tremendous brain injury, very traumatic brain injury. Months and months and months of hospitalization and rehab. But when we had dinner the last time a couple of years ago, she was so proud of the fact that at age 87, she was still walking 2 miles a day. And Allison looked at me and she said, she goes pretty fast too. 4'11", full of dynamite. Again, you three know what an honor it is to have Kathleen Kinderfather on the name of this award. MOSHAPE knows exactly how important it is to have you recognized because you have more than contributed. And so with that, just congratulations to Mary and Guy and Chris. We know that there are even better things ahead, and now your job is to train many others and to assist in ways. And for all that are watching this, retweet everything that comes out. Retweet with comments. If you want to have a job done with technology on how to do this or to do that, if you call Mary, it will be done before you even finish the sentence. So we have an outstanding group. I'm proud of you all. Congratulations. And MOSHAPE wants to honor you in the highest way possible. Thank you, Anna.